Thank you, President Marion. There is nothing on the screen today. I determined that was going to be impractical because I'm mentioning a lot of members of this club by name, and to get them all together to take this photograph would have proved very difficult. So if your name is called, that expects a contribution from you. If your name is not called, that could either mean you're lucky, or it could mean I'll be wanting you a little later to form my team. This time of the year the seasons are changing. Autumn is moving into winter. And what happens during winter? We have some sporting events. We have rugby, and for the lady members we have netball. And so therefore, out of that occasion, I'm going to tell you who the team will be of the Golden Troopers. And that name can be used either for men or for women. It's not subjective of one way or the other, but Golden Troopers is the name of this team. And so first of all, we're going to have a rugby team to represent this club as the Golden Troopers in the seven-a-side tournament. In a seven-a-side tournament you have 3 forwards and 4 backs, and you can have 5 substitutes. So this is the team and the backs for this 7 team. The backs are John Rowe, Rhys Barlow, Peter Lawson and Duncan MacDonald. If your name is called, you've got to pay. Remember that? And forwards, 3 forwards. They are Nick Hurley, John Gibbons and Anthony Scott. Some of you might feel that you could be a good forward and you should have been called. Well, your chance will come later, but not today. Substitutes, you're allowed 5 substitutes. And my substitutes for this team, and regrettably only a couple of them are here, that doesn't matter. They are James Austin, Dennis Kirkcaldy, John Emanuel, Tony Hassard and Grant Urridge. You are the substitutes. Remember that. And in any good rugby team you have water boys. They come out on the field as the water boys and you see them and they run around. They have usually a flash jacket on or something. And I've got 3 water boys, Roger Miller, William Somerville and Ewan Wright. None of them are here, so some of you will have to stand in for them, but I'm not naming you for that role. And finally we need to have a manager. And I've picked, there are 2 managers who I think would be very ideal for this team of the Golden Troopers. Roger Drummond, thank you, and John McKinnon. He's not here, that doesn't matter, Roger can take over for that role. So I told you about the rugby team and netball. We've got to have a netball team as well for ladies. I don't want to differentiate, but I think it's important that 7 players in the netball team. So the goalkeeper will be Joan Smith, the wing attack will be Lee Wilkinson, the wing defence will be Gillian Jones, the centre will be Tracy Brown, the goal shoot will be Karen Coots, and the goal defence Helen Hancox. A number of those aren't here, that's regrettable, but I'm sure we can get them in another way. And the goal attack will be Heather Very. Again for netball, 3 substitutes. Karen Thomas, Michaela Draper and Janice Wilson, they are the substitutes. And who should be the manager for the netball team? Donna Dentis and Denise Church. Marion, you've missed out, but that's unfortunate. Your turn will come later. And you've got to have a physio for these teams. Any team these days has a physio. And I picked for the physio Kerry Prendergast, who was here, but Kerry's nursing skills of many years, which I know well about, would have been ideal for that. And the other I picked as a physio was Richard Norman. I'm not sure that Richard has skills in that area, but I thought he has good empathy and he could do good understanding, working of course under Kerry. So those are my teams for the Golden Troopers. I haven't heard too much contribution coming from those people who have been named. You're expected to make a contribution. Those who are not named, and I see 1 or 2 looking up wondering why was I not named, don't worry, there'll be an occasion a bit later in winter when we'll get on to the second team, because these teams might get top of the competition and they'll need to compete against someone, and at that stage I will name who the competing teams are. Thank you very much.